I believe we are now actually ready. If y'all would like to go ahead and deafen, we will cut you off in the bingo sync chat.
Yep.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck!
Good luck. I didn't say it.
Alright, I have set them a going. We have a minute to look at the card, which I have now revealed on stream. I even was able to make things for the general goals, so I'm going to put those up. So, looking at this board, that's something that I'm doing now. I have not actually looked at this yet. They have about 6 more seconds to look at the card. And they are off. Looks like Goose is going into Vanger, and Bosco is going into Rakshasa to start. Rakshasa is for beat the Green Bridge mini boss with 4+ skulls. Vanger is collect the multi-mod. I have played none of Vanger, so I can offer no commentary on what Goose is doing. But there's also some good synergy there with achieve 25% completion if they so choose to go for that. I think that's a bit of a longer one, though, if I'm not mistaken. Bosco has 3 of the skulls that she needs. Oh! Nice! Only one more, and then the boss itself. Again, I've played absolutely zero Vanger, so I have no idea how close or how far Goose is from this goal. But I had to get a reset there on Rakshasa. Oh, I'm seeing another Vanger goal in column 3 or column 1, row 3. That's collect a key code. So there's 3 goals here for Vanger. Trying to look out for any text on Vanger that says key code or multi-mod. I don't even know what those things look like, to be completely honest. Oh, I'm realizing now that the stream's a little askew. Sorry about that. There we go. So we are backing out of Rakshasa and going into Onion Delivery. It is a tricky goal. I've definitely fallen into that pitfall a few times, thinking that it's a nice, quick, and easy one, and then suffering in it for some time. So we are an onion delivery for deliver 8 onions in a single day and complete the day. On good track there, making pretty good time with 3. Got the time pickup there too. Thank you, Lynette. I'm doing my best. Alright, we got the 5 that we need in onion delivery. We're just going for 3 more. Onion delivery is really fun. It's incredibly hard. Your car is so fragile, and you have to play like near perfectly to get done what you need to get done. But Bosco is honestly kind of crushing it. They only need 1 more onion and then just take it back home, and they're all set. Center square obviously is a generally powerful one to go for. And it's one of my favorite squares, which is the Hyper Contender Gold Disc. And that is onion delivery, 8 onions in 1 day. Moving into Velgress now. Step on every bomb block in level 2. It's a harder goal than it seems. You have to get to level 2 consistently, for one. And sometimes that level generation is not kind to you there. Again, sorry, Goose, if you're rewatching this, I have nothing to say about Vanger. That looked like a skip there. I don't know how this game works. There's like damage boosting right through those spikes. That might be intended. I don't know. Worth noting our general goals. We have buy an item from a shop in 10 games. Bosco can get some progress in that here. There's a shop at the end of each of the floors that she can buy an item in. Wow. Again, don't know anything about Vanger, but whatever Goose just did was really cool. They are in Latom sector, which is where the multi-mod is, according to the square. So they are getting close to that. We are restarting in Velgress. There's probably going to be a lot of that. Velgress is it's a cruel, cruel game. I don't think anything in Vanger counts towards a level progress, but there is beat 4 levels in 5 different games on here. We also didn't put 4 levels worth of time into onion delivery, which was probably a good idea, because it's a little rough. That is the multi-mod. Looks like we are either going to continue to get the key code and or for the 25% completion. Not a lot of like bingo potential in those squares, but just good board dominance across the board there. If they choose to go for all of those. Definitely shapes and colors happening in Vanger. Beyond that, it is beyond me. We are getting close to the end of floor 1 in Velgras. Again, at the end of the floor is where they have an opportunity to buy shop items. Yeah, and there we go. So we are on to level 2. The goal is to step on every bomb block in level 2. That is 1 shop progress. The bomb block are those... wow, this is some unfortunate generation. That might trip Bosco up here. Yeah, there's really no getting around that. Definitely don't blame them for quitting out there. They got the shop progress, which is good. Faking out Ninpek, going back to Rakshasa. That Ninpek goal, score 18,000 points, is, I think, decently easy. I think that's one of the medium goals. But you do have to be good at Ninpek, which I know I am not. This Rakshasa goal is one of the easy goals, I believe, as well. It can be quick if you know Rakshasa, but I do not, and I've definitely struggled on this one in the past. We're in Verde sector. Oh, that was a Velgras goal I didn't even see. The hold 50 coins at once. That is very good. Goose seems very, very comfortable in Vanger. And that is 4 skulls for Bosco. If they can survive this minigame and then beat the boss, that is the square. Awesome. Now they just need to beat the boss. I believe the fire upgrade is the optimal one here, which she does have. Alright, can we do it? Alright, that's it. Solid Rakshasa-ing. Bosco does have a 2-1 lead right now, but I do believe Goose is getting very close to getting those other 2 Vanger goals. I'm not sure what we could still be doing in Rakshasa. Maybe going for the leaderboard goal. That is top 5 score. Let me check what the score is that is needed for that. Ooh, that death there is going to be tricky. This minigame is getting harder and harder. Oh, that was close. Wow, very well handled there. And I will say this does look like a major boss to me. So this may be the key code from a major boss that Goose needs. Alright, so we're quitting out of Rakshasa. We're going back into Rakshasa. And so what they're needed for top 5 is the 10,000 points. I did not see how close they were there, unfortunately. Working on a low % run of Vanger. Yeah, that is cool. Marking off 2 at once. And then going for the Hyper Contender Gold Disc. I do love Hyper Contender, so this is something I can actually talk about. Marking off both of those goals at once was a real powerful way to get back in the game. I cannot imagine any reason we would be in Rakshasa other than... Oh, never mind, I see it. Score 1,000 points with each of the 3 weapon types in one run. Not actually seen that goal. Donkus on screen, by the way. We are shooting Donkus with missiles, which is pretty awesome. It's the 1000 with the shotgun. It probably has a name other than shotgun, but that's what I'm calling it. That's what it looks like. Some pretty even competition. Alright, looks like we've taken the win from Donkus. That one was getting kind of close. We do still have the shotgun weapon, so we might just be going for top 5 on the leaderboard here. And we're backing out of Rakshasa. Looks like Bosco is reevaluating. Going into Grimstone, have 3 skills learned at once. This is also not a goal that I've seen yet. Oh, I mixed up my cowboy games. They went into Rail Heists first by accident, and I didn't even notice. Absolutely abusing Yogo, by the way. This is some very aggressive Braz gameplay. We love to see it. So I reckon Bosco is probably currently looking up the resources for this goal. I can't say I blame them. We are wrecking wreck right now. Looks like we went with Umbra and the other person who I forget the name of. I'm not familiar with this square. I guess I can look it up real quick and see what it is that the goal is here. So they started with Maria and Umbra. The goal is to get Maria to level 2, and then go to the Rabbit Northwest and learn Heal, and then go into the hole, fight the bat, and learn anything. Or not fight the bat, but go to the bat. This should be a pretty quick one if they know what they're doing. Sephi, my goat, is currently being attacked with missiles. Super tragic. That's a very good block there. Wow, also a very good block there. Oh, all the rings are in the air now. Bosco made a shot purchase. Good catch. I wasn't paying attention to that. And I'm also looking out for levels on Goose's side, because this does count for levels. That is another win. Is that the last needed one? Oh, wow, yeah, no, we were past that by this point. Go ahead and update that. Yeah, essentially Parchment. Goose was in it for about the first 10 or 12 minutes. I believe Bosco should be getting close here to that Grimstone goal. And at the same time, Goose is almost finished with Hyper Contender. Just 2 more rounds of this left. Yeah, 3 squares essentially all at once in the first few minutes is very powerful. Gilroy seemed to just be confused by that movement there. All right, and that is 3 skills in Grimstone. Checking out Ninpak again, doing the 18,000 plus points, which, if I'm not mistaken, should put them on the leaderboard there too. Go ahead and double check that. Yeah, they only need 5,000 to get to the top 5 on the leaderboard here. That is a loss to Gilroy. You hate to see it, but those bombs are really rough to go up against. They do seem to know the Gilroy cheese of just standing really close to him and blocking, and instead of throwing a bomb, he throws a punch and you just block it. It's a little bit harder in the later rounds though, because he has a few more tricks up his sleeve. Bosco is locked in IRL. I'll believe it, they're playing like it. Bosco has a pretty good eye for the generals, it would seem. Or at least the shop general. They're making progress in it all around. We are on the last round of Hyper Contender here. That would be a gold disc. And also the center square. Oh, I didn't even see that other Ninpek goal, the have 6 extra lives at once. Yeah, it is very possible that they're going for that one too. Alright, that is the gold disc for Hyper Contender. Very solid plays there. Love to see it. Yeah, and we are immediately backing out of Ninpek, so we were absolutely blocking. And we are back into Rakshasa. Rakshasa and Disconia. What's the Disconia goal here? Win a quick battle. That's not too bad. It's a little hard if the Disconia AI behaves the way the Disconia AI sometimes does. Yeah, I don't blame them for crashing out. Ninpek is a very tricky game. I do believe that Bosco quit out of Ninpek before they got the leaderboard. They did not die and see the leaderboard, which is unfortunate because they were really close to it, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, that is 1,000 points with the purple circle weapon. I don't know the names of these weapons. I really enjoy watching Disconia, but this is an unplayable game to me. Disconia Gold doesn't seem to be going for any active bingos that are currently in Goose's ballpark, but it's just good board coverage. I imagine Bosco right now is probably going for that bottom row bingo, which is the Rakshasa goal that they're currently going for, uh, and leaderboards most significantly. Which again, I do not believe that they got the leaderboard in Ninpek. Uh, yes, Smo, it is, but I'm struggling a little bit, juggling everything, so those are just gonna say 0 for the rest of the stream. Pretend you don't see them. Looks like there's a big angry cloud in Rakshasa right now. I have not seen this far into Rakshasa. I've only played up until the bridge boss. So this cloud is foreign to me. We're backing out of Rakshasa again. It's a hard goal to be going for. Seems to not be treating Bosco very well. We're going into Cyber Owls. That is complete 2 non-rescue missions, which they could carry through to beat 4 levels, but I would honestly kind of doubt that. Be a bit of a time sink. Goose doing very well in Disconia, by the way. I think they've probably got this in the bag, assuming the Disconia AI doesn't completely ruin them, which is still very possible. Vampire in Disconia has a lot of HP. That's going to be kind of rough to take down. That's another disc down for Goose. Oof, we have used our revive in Cyber Owls. If they play good and well, they've still definitely got this in the bag, though. It's not too scary yet. Ooh, some nasty ricochet from that slime. This Disconia match is starting to be pretty intense. Wow, that was unfortunate. Good lord, I've never seen anything like it. I think they were considering quitting out there. I would be too. Enemy CPU sacrificing their slime, though. Only disc Goose has left here is this vampire. I could be wrong, but I think it's just a 1v1 vampire. Yeah, and that's that. They've got the square. Hard fought and hard won. Alright, what are we going for next, Goose? We are at the final boss here. We have 1 revive left. Ooh, nasty hit there. We're going into Magic Garden. This is obtain a score multiplier of 8x. I think the ideal strategy for this is you want to get some gold potions built up, and just play like normal to get your Oppie count up. And then once you have plenty of those, you want to pivot into just drinking them all for the multiplier. I do believe we successfully beat that level in Owls, by the way. So we only got one more left there. Wouldn't be surprised if Goose goes for the leaderboard score here as well while they are in Magic Garden. Again, not a lot of bingo synergy in this goal, so it definitely seems like they're just going for broad board coverage, which is commendable. And if they're comfortable enough in Magic Garden, it wouldn't be hard to carry this into the gold disc. Magic Garden is adorable. I'm not very great at this game, but I do love it. We are taking down the dim sum truck. We are not mashing, though. It looks like we're holding. That's going to make this a little bit more tricky. But yeah, it's probably safe to abandon that. If you do take down the truck, there's a safe spot right at the front of it in that top right corner where you can just basically sit up until the final boss. Just nice and comfortable. But if you're not mashing the fire button, if you're just holding it, it's a lot harder to get there. Making pretty good progress here in Magic Garden, getting good Oppie counts built up and keeping the board pretty clear. We might be going into saving up a bunch of potions now, to be honest. The purple slime things in Magic Garden. If you're talking about the blue Oppies, those are hazards. If you bump into them, your run is over. The purple ones that appear just for a second when Goose is spinning around and dropping them off, those are just to signify that you have dropped them off, and they are not part of your posse anymore, I guess. We are on the boss here in Cyber Owls. 2 revives, and it's not really that hard of a boss anyway, so we're probably looking pretty comfortable here. Even if we're taking the death, that is the boss down. Mission success. They have claimed the square. Where are we going from in there? Back to Ninpek. It is some good synergy there if they can really lock in and knock this one out. Solid Magic Garden gameplay here, by the way. Building up potions while drinking them occasionally to keep the board clear. Definitely have good potential to take this square this time, I think. It's 5 multiplier. 6 and 7, we were 1 short. Oh, that is heartbreaking. Oh, but they got the 8th. That's awesome. That's awesome. Way to go, Goose, on that one. That's very good. I believe that they probably have enough for top 5 on the leaderboard, but it does look like she's going for the gold here. Winning by bingo is less frequent than winning just by having good board coverage, but it does happen. Oh, and that is the loss. No. Oh, we left before we got the leaderboard there, which is unfortunate because she definitely had it. We are in a Ninpec race now. This is peak. This is Nin peak. Bosco does obviously have a lead here, but Ninpec is Ninpec, and that could change very, very quickly. Okay, Bosco does have enough for the leaderboard square. It seems that both players have been neglecting that one, though. Alright, backing out of Ninpec for Goose. No more Ninpec race. Going into Mortal. This is beat 2 levels without killing any enemies. This one can be pretty quick if you're careful with it. Again, it doesn't look like this plays into any specific bingo. I would be surprised at this point if anyone goes for an actual bingo here. It seems that the arcade leaderboards is not at the top of Bosco's mind. Have 6 extra lives at once for Ninpec is a pretty tricky goal. I'm actually not familiar what the official difficulty of it is, but it definitely seems pretty dang difficult. We have gotten to 5, though. We are still pacifists in Mortal. Looks like we are not going for those extra 3 lives down there. I think the trickiest part of this one is that you're not going to get as many extra lives if you're not killing anything. You're just going to end up having to kill a lot more of your own guys to make it through the level. Unfortunately, the live indicator is covering up how many lives she has, so I'm not sure how much of an issue that is. Stalling here to make sure that we don't crush these guys with a stone. Or explode them, I suppose. We're getting pretty close to 18k for Bosco here. If you do spare those umbrellas and let them trail behind you for some time, they turn into crowns and give you even more points. But it looks like we are not going for that. And that is 1 level in Mortal down. That's 1 of 2. We are absolutely zipping through the 2nd level. It looks like that's probably going to be blocking Bosco out from the 6 lives at once, losing that one there, which is a little rough, but This 18,000 is going to be nice to have. It is not going to block that potential bingo in row 2, though. I'm like crossing my fingers here, hoping that Bosco dies before they quit out of this game, because it's going to be really unfortunate if they get that close and don't get the leadership or the leaderboard progress. And that's 18K. Might be sticking it out for the gold disc. That would not be a bad move here. We are still making good progress in Mortal here. That's 6 extra lives at once. That's very impressive. I was not expecting that one. And we are on good pace just to knock out this gold disc here. We're getting close to the end and have a good stock of lives left. There's also a cheese for the final boss. If you just die on it, then you can just stay in ghost form and melt its HP bar. Right, it was getting hard to count the squares every time I was looking at the board, so I have updated their scores. Bosco is up by 2 squares right now, but Goose is very close to claiming this one if they can finish this level with all of their lives that they need. Playing very safe on Goose's side right now. That's not a bad idea here. Alright, that's that square for Goose, and Bosco is just about to get the gold disc on here. I think that they've got it pretty locked in as long as they can handle this final boss pretty well. That's that. Just going to wait for it to proc. And please, please, please wait to enter your score in the leaderboard, because that's a really rough one. It looks like that's what they're doing. We love to see it. Oops, I updated that prematurely. Is now 8-7. Goose is in Bug Hunter here. Oh, that was so quick. They're going for buy an item. They're shop maxing right now, which is not a bad idea. That's a very quick square just to run through. And Bosco is back in Velgress. It's a really satisfying goal to finish, just because Velgress is a very fun game. So I definitely don't blame her for doing that. Yeah, sorry, Parchment. We were in Bug Hunter for 0.5 seconds. We just needed to buy something. And there's the shop in Waldorf, so we've gotten that shop. And that is another shop. Actually, I had to check if Rock On counted as a shop because I didn't think that it did, but it totally does. That was a shop. And this is some gold disc cross progress for Bosco. And I think that they got the leaderboard. I wasn't looking, to be honest, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. There's another shop for Goose. Is there a shop in Vanger? There is not. There is no shop in Vanger. Thank goodness, because I would have missed it if they did go for it. Oh, and we died in level 2 in Felgrass. We were making pretty good progress on the step on every bomb block. Goose is pretty uncontested in this shop goal. That is another one for Goose. We are going into Magic Garden for Bosco. They are probably going for that. Yeah, we are going for the leaderboards here for certain. They were checking the leaderboard to see how much score they needed. All right, that is another shop for Goose. We're making short work of this goal. All right. There's another shot. I'm gonna double check how many points they need for this leaderboard. Alright, they need more than 6,000 points. Could be a little bit time consuming, but yeah, it doesn't look like they're being contested for this goal. We did just take a loss there, though. Alright, Goose got the stars that they need. There's also a stolen termite egg to the outlet here. I'm not actually sure how long that goal is, but that is another shop. Throwing the TNT for style points. I am tracking that. Just kidding, I'm not. She did get on the Ninpec leaderboard. Thank you. Would have been a real shame if she didn't. Some tense Magic Garden gameplay here. They could probably do well with clearing out the board here a little bit, but they're playing risky. It's my favorite cowboy name, A7LL. Right, that is a shop item in Grimstone. Did I miss a shop? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's 9 by my count. No, they got the one in Divers. That's my mistake. I forget that one's very quick. Campanella 1 here, we're probably going for either levels or leaderboards. It would be really lovely to see a leaderboard race here, because that's another one for Bosco. Checking the leaderboard again there. They need more than 5,000 points to get on this leaderboard. It does not look like Goose is going for coffees here, so they're just in it for the levels, I would imagine. Yep, they're just in it for the levels. Going into Kick Club to get a quick 4 levels in that. Mooncat does also count for levels, and that is a very, very, very quick one. So I would not be surprised if we're seeing some Mooncat on stream. Bosco making good progress in Campanella here. Making sure to smack every enemy and get all the points there. I need to look at Goose's board. I'm not sure if they have progress of 2 or of 3 in the levels goal. Very close to this one here. Again, wouldn't be a bad idea to stay in Kick Club for the score leaderboard. And I missed it in Campanella. I don't think we got on the leaderboard there, did we? Am I mistaken? Can someone catch me there? I think for Goose we are at, let's see, Hyper Contender. Oop, and it's gone. I think that was just Hyper Contender, Kick Club, and Campanella. So I think we're at 3. Whew, there's a lot to keep track of. Alright, I'm going to have to check the VOD real quick to see if they got on the leaderboard in Campanella, because I totally missed it. We are in camouflage for 5 levels, which is, or sorry, 4 levels. I love camouflage. I just love seeing it. Okay, we did get on the Campanella leaderboard. We did. So that is Campanella, Ninpeck, and Magic Garden for Bosco's leaderboard progress. For Star Wasper, we're going for 60k, which they are about to be at. Yep, that's 60k. I just need to die a lot. I believe this is the last level that Goose needs here. Yeah, that's the leaderboard square for Bosco. I believe that was the 4th level that they needed in camouflage. So this is the last one here. It's not as quick as the Mooncat one, so unless they're not worried about that, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going into War's Bad here. We still have almost an hour left, so there's plenty of time to knock those out. We're kind of running out of options for the players here on the board. The current game is 9-8. This is a really, really close one. We're losing 2 flags there, but I think that they can definitely still take this one back. Yeah. Yeah, they've got it. We are back in Valgress for Step on Every Bomb Block. This is a really tricky goal, and I definitely commend Bosco for being this tenacious toward it. Alright, as soon as Goose beats this level, we are good to go for that goal. Yeah, that was some very, very clean Star Wasper. I've yet to get to the first boss in Star Wasper. That is not an easy game. Ooh, it's looking a little tense here for Goose. They might end up losing here. Yeah, going for the reset. Try that one again. It is a shame that they didn't go for Mooncat on here. I gotta be honest. They did get the progress for War is Bad, though, which is good. I would absolutely love to see some combatants on stream. We are at the level 2 here. Pretty merciful level generation so far, but I'm probably cursing that. Sorry. Ooh, that was close. Restarting into tactics again. This level is not being very kind. Oh, that is so hard. Bosco has gotten so close to that goal so many times. It is breaking my heart to see it. This is a very, very close game. Both players are playing very, very well. And with 45 minutes to go still, I wouldn't be surprised if most, if not all, of this board gets completely filled up. Man. Tactics is not an easy game if you don't know its ins and outs. And I don't. Oh, but then the AI just gives Goose a free win here. So that is the level's general goal finished. Yeah, and we are going into War is Bad here. That's really good board knowledge here. We are going yet again in Velgress here. I was watching the Goose side of the screen, but I think the bomb block fell down into the spikes, which does make the goal uncompletable. Vianos is not my strong suit, but I do know what a battle looks like, and we're looking for 3 of those. Bosco got distracted by asking when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. That's important. I think that's very, very important to the Velgress run for sure. Alright, we are back in level 2. There's another deceptively easy Velgress goal in here too. Not on this board, but it's go through level 1 shooting every single enemy with the gun. And like that sounds easy because they die in 1 hit, but it is very tricky. Making good progress though. I think we're about halfway through the level. I would really love to see them conquer this goal. It's been giving them trouble this whole round. Whoa! This is some cruel generation. Handled it very well, though. This is a battle in Avianos as well. Oh, and we are so close to this Velgress goal being finished. Oh, shoot. Oh, this is so rough. No! Oh, that's so hard. That is so unfortunate. They were very, very, very close to it that time. I believe we're only at 1 battle in Avianos, unless I missed a second one. I also told her she was going to get it that time. We are back into level 2, though. That was very, very quick. I think we're starting to get a handle on the nerves that Velgress brings. Some really good movement there. Alright, this is another battle in Avianos. They do have one sword person, though. It might be kind of close. Yeah, they're dead. So do they need one more, I think? Yeah, I need one more. They might win the war, though, which is actually bad. We have to hope that they push for a castle. They'd be kind of silly not to. Yeah, okay. This is not winning a battle, though. They attacked a square with nothing on it. I think they're gonna have to start over. That was it. That was the Velgress goal. Very, very well played, Bosco. Looks like we're gonna carry this one into the gold. I'd love to see that goal get completed in bingo. It has most often just been there to waste a player's time. It's nice to see it actually get done. Velgress Gold Disc is right at the end of this level. They haven't been collecting the keys, which is good. So that would be their second gold disc. Goose is still just exploring the map, trying to find any achievable thing here. That's a second gold disc for Bosco. Going into Camp 3. Clear all stage B waves 0%. This one's a little bit tricky if you don't have lives saved up, but if you do, it's not that hard. And this should be war's bad progress for Goose. Unless this... Yeah. Unless this guy takes down the whole army, but that's not happening. I'll go ahead and count that for war's bad. Unless I miscounted, I think this is their 4th battle that they're going for. They're definitely going to win it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and count that. We still have 45 minutes in this game, and only 6 squares left. This is a very, very good game. Both players are playing incredibly well right now. Still very neck and neck. Bosco is ahead at 10. It's 10 to 9. Honestly, couldn't tell you why we're still in Avianos. Yeah, there we go. Going into Combat Ants to finish out War is Bad. I think we're going to get into a point this game where the players have no choice but to play Block Koala, which is very funny, and I like it. Yeah, we are flexing in Campanella right now. Bosco pretty effortlessly pulling 100% in all of these waves, which is going to make them pretty well set on lives for the Stage B. That is true. That might be what Bosco's going for. They haven't gone for Camp 2 yet. Parchment, you are definitely the Campanella 2 expert here. I've never really played that game, but I think that's a very achievable goal, is it not? Yeah, this is a very, very wild round for C1. I know they were saying it during our round earlier, but this does not look like a C tier match. I believe this is our second battle in Combat Ants. Combat Ants on screen, by the way. It's achievable but tricky. I believe that. Alright, so this is Stage B for Campanella 3. You want to not kill any enemies in any of these waves. The boss does not count, though. You don't even have to beat the boss. Taking a hit there. These guys are tricky because they like seek out the shit. Looks like we're on the back foot in combatants, but it's definitely still winnable. We are not using cheese strats, which I'm going to be so for real, I respect. This is a very winnable game without the cheese strats. Well, I don't know about the whole game. I haven't done all that, but... more consistent than the Velgress goal. I think any goal is more consistent than the Velgress goal. That is a tricky one to go for. It wastes a lot of your time. Yeah, we are going for cheese strats, but this red ant is just not cooperating. I think we've got it in the bag now, though. I think even if we touch that ant, it's going down. There we go. That is 2 fights down. We are going up. We are not going for surprise. I think this one's pincered. Is that right? Personally, I think surprise is a little bit easier, but... we are soldier maxing. Bosco absolutely tearing through this Campanella 3 goal. On the tail end of it now. We're nearly done. Yeah, and that's the last of the wave. I would love to see it. Okay, yeah, we are going into Camp 2. I wonder if Goose is going to catch it and pivot into Campanella 2 to try to block that bingo, because that is their biggest threat right now. Yeah, surprise is very fast. Oh my god, my heart is racing. I don't know if Goose sees it. Yeah, we are still throwing our head against the combatants wall. I can really offer no commentary on this Campanella 2 gameplay. I've made almost no progress into Campanella 2. We are switching gears into surprise from pincered. I think that's an excellent decision. I see a lot of people say the best way to play combatants is by not engaging with any of its gameplay mechanics, but I honestly think surprise is the exception. I think you can play this like it wants to be played and like do all right. Every time I've beaten surprise, I'm like not being incredibly cheesy. Having said that, this red ant combatant AI is absolutely just generating ants. This is going to be hard to come back for. It is so much faster if you cheese, but I'm just saying, I don't know the cheese that well, and I haven't lost it too often. Which is to say, I think even if Goose is struggling with the cheese here, I don't think it's a wash. I think this run is a wash, and they should probably just restart it. But we are in Burrows 2. I think if Goose pivots into Campanella 2, there's still a pretty good shot that Bosco will have to reset at some point. They're playing really well, though. They seem to know the game decently well. Man, we're not giving up on this surprise run. Even if I don't believe in it, I have to respect it. Oh, that mine was aggressive. That is max HP, if I'm not mistaken, right? If Bosco keeps their cool here, they are very likely to get this bingo. Goose seems decently unbothered by it. There's no longer any reasonably accessible food here for Goose. Restore 5 HP, I gotcha. Yeah, we were just retrying it. I would like to see them get this war is bad square, but I think them going for it is going to cost them the game. We are surrendering. I believe this is the end of the burrows, right? They're moving into woods or rink. This is a really close competitive bingo match, especially considering there were no races. They were both in Ninpec at the same time for all of like a minute, I think. But both players have just been pretty safely going for their own goals, playing games that they seem mostly comfortable with. Goose probably has this in combatants. Just don't let him get back to the queen. Yeah, I think this is it. I think this is the war is bad square. Bosco's looking pretty safe in Campanella too, but this is a very easy game to lose quickly. Not all is lost for Goose. Alright, that's war is bad. It's probably really inspiring for Bosco to know that they are not currently racing in Campanella 2. We're doing warm 1, 2, 3, 4? I did not see that one coming. I don't think Goose sees that bingo down there. I was joking about Block Koala, but we are actually getting Block Koala this round. That's incredible. Maybe Goose just has so little faith that that Campanella 2 square is achievable. This is Marwoods 2. This is match point right here. Can we beat any 9 story levels before then? It would not matter, but I would love to see it. No! That's a death in Campanella 2. Oh my goodness. This is still very much anyone's game. If Goose would just pivot. Oh. Don't tell me we're getting a block koala race. Why are you hovering over that? We're back in onion delivery. Are we gold disking onion delivery instead of going for the bingo? What? That is absolutely insane. That is so unfortunate that we lost the end Campanella 2. That was so close. Yeah, I guess Goose's wager then there was not misplaced. We still have 30 minutes left. Goose can definitely take the lead here. Bosco still needs 2 more gold discs. And one of the ones that we're going for is onion delivery, so they can definitely still come back here. Checking the difficulty of that minion max goal now. I don't remember how challenging that is, but you know, it's a decently hard, like, if you don't know the game, but Red Robot in the resources has a video of about 3-minute completion, so that's definitely very achievable. How many levels are we at in Block Koala now? That was their 4th? We need a total of 9 story levels in this, which is... it's a few, that's for sure. We are probably looking up a walkthrough for Block Koala now, which is very reasonable. Man, I thought the game was about to end, and it's still so close. Time is of the essence here for Goose, but I think that time spent, again, I'm assuming here, but looking up a walkthrough is definitely going to help them in the long run. Because Block Koala is not a game that you want to be guessing, and it'll take so long. Bosco is very comfortable in onion delivery. I was knocking it earlier, but they are. I mean, they're just very comfortable. I think that they can definitely get this gold disc here. Potentially got some competition from Goose here. Goose might go for the Block Koala gold disc. I'm joking, by the way. I said it earlier, but this is very good showing from a C tier match. There are only 4 unclaimed squares, and 2 of them are actively in progress and very completable before we run out of time. Bosco does still have a 1 point lead, and if she maintains it, she could very well seal the round. But there's still some. That mini and max goal is not long. Goose can definitely just take that right off the board. We're on day 4 in onion delivery. I've not played block koala very much, but it would seem that these blocks in block koala are black. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, Guri. Bosco got very, very, very close to finishing that Campanella 2 goal and died at the very end and pivoted the onion delivery. It's unfortunate that they're not still going to it because they could definitely get the bingo win here. But Goose did not contest them on it at all. They pivoted from combatants to block koala, so they seem very comfortable with just leaving that square be. Bosco refuses to go back to it. She's angry. I would be too. That was really rough. Making good slow and steady block koala progress here, though. Just 3 more levels to go. We are looking up a guide, I reckon. Some incredible onion delivery gameplay, by the way. This is very impressive. That is unfortunate. Bosco thinks Goose is on Campanella 2. She's going to be very, very upset when she sees Goose mark off block koala. Does Goose think that she's in a block koala race right now? Because that would be kind of very funny. My deepest hope is that after we finish playing block koala and onion delivery, we go into a Campanella 2 race. I really have nothing to say about this. This is very good onion delivery gameplay, and this is block koala gameplay. We are making progress in block koala. We have about 20 minutes left in the match. Go ahead and fix that. It says they only have 2 progress in that, but they got it. Looks like Goose is, again, taking a moment to look up a guide or just analyze the screen. We're on day 6 in onion delivery. 6 of 7, if I remember right. I think that's how many days are in a week. You learn a lot about UFO 50 just from these bingo matches. That was very unfortunate UFO spawning there, by the way. Totally missed the time bonus. But you get such a variety of games in bingo that you get like a pretty broad knowledge of all of it. I'd recommend watching some of the videos from Cherry Rush. I think that was last month. That was a really, really good time. They like do a full speed run of every single game in the pack, and it was a lot of fun to watch. All right, 2 more levels to go. Oh, no, actually, just 1 more level to go. We're close to finally getting out of Block Koala, and we are on day 7 in Onion Delivery. Oh, wow. That was a very, very quick level. Props to Goose for finding the quickest possible one to do. Um, that puts it at 11:11. But Bosco is imminently going to claim this gold disc. And then they just need 1 more gold disc to make that progress. Goose, I would love to see you boot into Camp 2. There we go. If they're not comfortable in it, this could be a bit of an uphill battle for them. But it's an uphill battle absolutely worth going for. I was looking away. I think we got the gold disc there. It would be kind of silly if we didn't. And we are in a Campanella 2 race. It is happening just how I hoped. They saw that the block koala goal of all of the goals was marked off. So Bosco now certainly knows that this goal is still on the table. We have 20 minutes left in the round, and we are in a Campanella 2 race to basically take the game. Goose would have to take this square and then 1 more. Ideally, they would have to take this square and then immediately go into Mini and Max and take that one, because Bosco is just 1 away from the gold disc square. But again, this is a complete and total tie right now. It comes down to this and whatever goes after it. We are resetting a lot in Burrows 1, though. It does not seem that Goose is very comfortable in this game. It would be silly not to go for this, though. Getting 3 gold discs and the Mini and Max goal. Just waiting for the Campanella 2-1 would be really hard. So, do you still get if you get 13 points but there's still an available bingo on the board, do you get the majority win, or do you have to block that bingo first? I imagine you would have to block the bingo, but I'm not sure. I'm actually gonna have to pull up the rules. I didn't think it was gonna come to that in a C match, man. This is a very good showing from both of these players. Yeah, I can't believe how intense this has been. I'm struggling to pull up this rules sheet, but I definitely need to. It is important. Sorry, please try to ignore my mouse occasionally wandering onto screen. Yeah, so no matter what Goose does, they do have to block this bingo. Even if they get the majority of squares, which is 13 of them, they also have to block the bingo. Otherwise, the game is not over. They only have 15 minutes, though. It is... I don't want to will this into existence, because I'm glad that Bosco is taking this game on again. But it is very possible that Bosco does not complete this goal, and Goose can do whatever. I refuse to let Bosco drop this game again. There is no reason for Bosco to play anything else right now. Even if they lose this Campanella 2 square, they still have 3 progress in gold discs. So they can get right back up to 12 points and then just rush that mini and max goal. It's still a very winnable game, even if Bosco does lose this square. But if Goose wins this square, they gain the upper hand. I think if the game ended right now, Bosco would win because they claimed their 11th square about 20 minutes before Goose claimed their 11th square. So Bosco is currently in the lead in that sense as well. But we are in Moorwoods 1 for Goose. They could end up blocking this bingo. That would be so rough. Yeah, so we are tied right now. But if Bosco wins this square, it is an instant win for Bosco. Ooh, we are taking damage on Goose's screen. Oh, this is rough. I don't know enough about this game to know if there's a heal at the end of this tunnel, but I feel like there is. I hope that's enough. No! Okay, Goose has died and is back at the beginning of Campanella 2. Okay, we are pivoting to mini and max. This is not a bad idea. It is very possible that in the remaining 13 minutes, Bosco cannot finish this goal. I don't want to wish that upon them, but it is absolutely on the table. And if that's the case, Goose would need a 12th square to get ahead of it. They're probably looking at the resources right now. There was a heal right there. Damn. This is not the route, I don't think. I think Goose is just... What is Goose doing right now? Are we going for a gold disc? Oh, no. No. Oh my god. This is insane. Okay, so Bosco is going for their last gold disc. And Goose is going for this mini and max goal. This mini and max goal is very quick if you're looking at the guide and you know what to do. So what Goose needs, I believe... Let me pull it up so that I'm sure. But I think Goose needs the potion. Yep, they're going to Grandma's house to get the tea. They just need to bring the tea to the old man's house. I forget his name. Yeah, essentially, Goose just needs to get the potion and move to the right side of the map, accept the quest, move to the left side of the map, go through a dungeon, and then bring whatever's at the end of it back to the right side of the map. It's a very, very quick goal. I remember in my casual playthrough, I struggled a bit in the dungeon, and I was in the late game. But if they can knock this out before Bosco gets the gold disc here, it would be a massive upset, because that would mean Goose claimed their 12th square before Bosco did, which gives them the upper hand. I cannot believe how down to the wire this match is. It has been neck and neck from start to finish. I forget, how many oppies do you need to gold disc Magic Garden? 200. Bosco needs to save 200 oppies to get the gold disc. It is really close. The big difference here is that if Goose messes up, that was a crazy drop-off. That was absolutely just a flex. I don't think there was any reason to do that. If Goose messes up during this, they don't have to restart from the beginning. But if Bosco messes up, they absolutely do. They are sent all the way back to the beginning of Magic Garden. It's not happening before Mini and Max. It depends. This dungeon might not be kind to Goose. They are going off of the resource dock, so this is not a goal that they have practiced, I wouldn't guess. If any of these little guys poke or shoot them, they are sent back to the beginning of the dungeon. They are playing very well, though. This is a very, very quick goal, especially if you're following the resources. Yeah, that's that. Bosco playing pretty dang well. It's definitely still anyone's game. I think maybe you can take a hit and still be fine if you have health upgrades, but they do not. Bullets do hurt. They could be bad at termites. You never know. I did this quest, this was one of the last things that I ended up doing in my casual playthrough. And it did take me a good few tries. We are at 153 oppies. So the board's looking a little cluttered, but they're controlling everything very well. They have lots of gold potions, lots of potential score here. I think if Bosco gets this goal before Goose gets hers, this is going to be a very... I think it's Bosco's game at that point, because that would mean Goose would have to get both of the goals, and we don't have enough time for that. I think Goose is getting towards the end of this dungeon. That is some unfortunate collision. I think that she could have jumped on top of that enemy and been fine, but they just clipped the side of the hitbox. This is going to be gold disc for Bosco. Wow. Yeah, it's not game yet, technically, but I think that's the deal sealed there. We're going back into Campanella 2 just for the love of the game. Has there been a board this full in C tier? Because this looks like an A tier board to me. A nice relaxing round of Campanella 2. Surely it hasn't been stressful for Bosco at all in this game. That is really unfortunate for Goose. The clutch bingo buzzer beater. Can you beat this Campanella goal in 6 minutes, it would be unhinged. Be a hell of a way to rub salt in it. Yeah, this has been an absolutely insane match. Uh, both players did a very, very good job keeping track of the generals that they were making progress in, tying that into the games that they were playing. Goose seemed to have gone a little bit far out of her comfort zone and played very well considering that. It looked like we were ad-libbing in Block Koala and in Mini and Max here. But they handled themselves very well. This has just been an awesome match, start to finish. You go super, super fast, Parchment is saying. It is technically possible to get this goal done. I feel really good. For what it's worth, Goose did just get the termite egg. Literally all they need to do is just walk to the other side of the room, and they get that square. Which would mean that we have a 12 and 12 board. It's a little cruel to Bosco because I'm assuming there that we don't get this Campanella 2 goal, but I think at that point it would just be for glory. Come on, Goose, you got 4 minutes. Just go to the end of the hall. Just go to the end of the hall and then beat Campanella 2. Oh, wow. The two most full boards other than this in C1. Bosco won 13-8 versus 10 Dads, and Goose won 13-6 against Morzis. So both of these players have won majority games. I guess with that context, it should not be surprising that this came down the way that it did. These are two absolutely impressive players. Yeah, so if Goose had finished the termite egg quest 4 minutes sooner, then the game would have been theirs. All they needed was 4 minutes. I'm saying that actually, but Bosco is getting pretty close to this goal. I'm gonna quit doubting them here. Alternatively, they could lose and Goose could clutch up and block this bingo and get the 13th square. This game is not over. There is still 3 minutes left. I am just elated that this is the first match that I've been casting, because this has been a totally fucking thrilling match. This has been insanely wild. You never know. Goose could have been a pro speedrunner this whole time and just been playing a joke. Is this the last tunnel for Bosco? It is, it is. Bosco got their 12th point first, so Bosco has the lead right now. And also, if they play this well, they're going to secure the bingo with a minute and a half on the board. This is absolutely fucking insane. It's like right behind this guy, right? It is. It is right there. Wow. Holy shit. With 1 minute on the clock. Holy shit. Massive GG. These players played so well.
GG's.
Yeah, GG. That was an insane game. I don't know if you just caught that, but they got the bingo on that bottom row with like 30 seconds on the clock.
Let's go!
Oh my word. That was stressful.
That was stressful.
Guys, I'm gonna be so for real. This was an insane match. This was absolutely
This was
nuts.
an insane match.
That was crazy, dude.
Start to finish, this has been neck and neck the entire time.
Yeah, that was ludicrous. It was neck and neck though.
Both of you pivoting from Campanella 2 partway in there to play Onion Delivery and Block Koala was driving me insane.
Why? I had to leave Campanella.
Because you both pivoted, and that was like the most important
You threw a
square.
bit of a tantrum there for a little.
Someone, I think it was Parchment, found the C1 scores, and up until now, the two most full boards have been Bosco, you won 13-8 against 10 Dads, and Goose, you won 13-6 against Morzes. So you guys were both on the absolute most full square or most full games, and then completely filled the board in your game against each other, and that just feels faded.
This was a ridiculous. The fact that this ended with a blackout bingo majority win with.
I
that
may have lost, but I'm happy that we got a blackout. I think that's awesome.
That was.
It was a very close game at the very end too. If you had gotten that mini and max goal 4 minutes sooner, you would have had the edge. That's assuming if Bosco didn't get that clutch bingo at the very end.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat says Goose's bingo spells high.
Does.
That's-
Yeah, it does.
Was that intentional?
Alright.
Was that the secret bingo you were going for, Goose?
Yeah, that was my secret bingo. I won all along.
Secret bingo unlocked.
You won all along.
The real bingo one was the French bingo.
It was a total treat that this was the first game I got to cast.
Yeah. Wow.
This was so good. Both of you so excluding Campanella 2, you were never racing each other. You were all just playing your games that you were comfortable in.
Okay.
You raced in Ninpec for all of 1 minute, but I think Goose pivoted
Makes
out of
sense.
Ninpec pretty quickly. Even like the
Yeah,
general
I'm bad at
goals,
Ninpec.
y'all were not competing with each other. It was a very safe round in that sense.
I saw Ninpec had a really good synergy. I tried it once. Couldn't do it.
I had
So
to gold
pivoted.
disc it. I just stuck it out. I stuck out Ninpec and I came back to.
It was really gratifying seeing you get that Velgress square, because that's not an easy square, and it
Yeah.
was kind of kicking your ass through the whole first half of this game.
Yeah, I did get it though.
Honestly,
most of the scores I got were pretty seamless.
Yeah, great board awareness all around.
Yeah.
I really loved Goose. You transferred the Hyper Contender Gold Disc into beating 4 levels, and then the
4 levels
tactics
into
last
War's
level
bad.
into War is bad. That was
Yeah.
very clean. That was very clean.
The
Bosco
venue-
building those gold discs through the whole board really helped you out there at the end. That was just
Yeah, there's
that was
some
just
good
incredible.
goals.
I can't say enough about how awesome this game was to watch. This was so thrilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, even to someone who has no idea how this. Insane.
Yeah, I was going pretty fast.
Pretty speedy.
All right.
There's
well,
a couple of these goals that kind of kicked my butt, but I got
Yeah,
them.
same.
yeah, no, y'all were playing like for the most part games that you were comfortable with, but yeah, both of you I could tell were like looking at resource docs when you needed to. There was some good improv on here too.
Shout out to Pine for the Block Koala speedrun world record video I watched.
Was
Oh,
not a,
that's
I haven't. I'm very unfamiliar with Block Koala. Seeing you at the very end, just like go so deep into the world map and pull out a level that you could clear in like 2 seconds. That was hype.
Yeah. Did you do the frog one that takes like 2 seconds?
Yeah,
Where you just walk
I
up?
did.
Yeah. I was thinking about that one, but I don't know the speedrun, so that was good. The only time I pulled up the restart doc, I think, because I was just double checking that you Maria and Umbra.
Yeah, that was the time that I
Whatever
remember
that
seeing
means.
you do it.
Nothing.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and log this off. I gotta go to bed. Thank you
Yeah.
all for an awesome match. This was such a huge treat to watch.
See you guys.
All right, see y'all. GG.
Bye.
And thank you for watching this.